All right, so I want to give my thoughts on Bitcoin heading into this week. I do think we are finally almost done with this silly little range in here. I think we're going to break down from it. What I have mapped out right now, range high, range low, range mid, and then these highs are kind of acting as like a 0.25 of this range. But what I think is going to happen, I don't know if all of these highs are going to get swept and then go lower, like some people are saying. I don't know if the FOMC volatility is going to give us that. The CPI and the FOMC volatilities have been kind of lame on Bitcoin the last couple of times, so I don't know. But what I really do think is going to happen eventually, and I think it's coming soon, is a fast move down here. Everybody gets bearish. We kind of trade into these highs right here, or maybe we go a bit lower into, potentially this fair value gap right here. And then, we make a low, consolidate for a bit, take the low, and then just rip up. And I think we do take 32K. I think it's coming. I don't think we came all the way up here, built this liquidity now up here. There's still this liquidity left, this inefficiency. There's a CME gap up here. Like, I really think we're going to trade into this area, trade up, and people get super bullish in here. People finally start selling and taking profits, but you also have a lot of people saying that the bull market's back. They start buying up here. It's peak euphoria up here, and then they get wrecked pretty fast. And I'm not saying 37K is coming, but I think if you add a volume profile, you can see that 37K around that area was where you had the most volume transacted in this range. And also I've marked here kind of the support before we had this breakdown. And again, the CME gap and stuff. And it's like a supply zone. So I think 37K for this move that we just talked about is kind of the high end of the move. I don't see it going much more than that, to be honest. In terms of like entry, I'm not going to sit here and try and pick out the exact level it's going to trade off of, but I do think, a good baseline, we have this fair value gap, maybe look to the mid of the fair value gap, something like that. And also, if you kind of go down to the 1 hour time frame and you look in this fair value gap, I think that this kind of liquidity low here is interesting. So again, like maybe we sweep this, consolidate for a bit, take out the low, and then start going. But yeah, I think this choppy bullshit is almost done, luckily. So we'll see going into this week. But happy trading.